Exactly.
Foundation. But the point is, we talked about some of the philanthropy, the initiative, the Renewed Hope initiative. Now, how can the First Lady's example inspire state First Ladies, to replicate similar, impact at the subnational level?
So don't forget that about less than a year ago, she was encouraging people to farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Inside
a
their
garden.
compounds. Now, because all this can be done basically to help out.
Sure.
a lot of people missed the message. They saw the thing as a publicity stunt. But in reality, anybody who have lived in the village before will tell you that the farm at home is usually a lifesaver.
Exactly.
Because sometimes in the middle of the night, our grandmothers simply go to the garden, pick 1 or 2 leaves, and before you know it, the soup is ready. And a lot of people thought, I said, no, you have to start small. Everything should not be on a scale that we are used to. That's all the problems we face as a country. We don't have the tendency to do small things. We assume that whatever we do must be on a very big scale. And that's not true all over the world. In some countries, the level they hold the small scale businesses is even more than the corporations.
Exactly.
Because they must be protected. Because unless you have people employing other people, there's no way the economy will grow. So if somebody said, okay, let's farm in our compound, I thought it was a joke, good luck to you. But like I said, the one-day thing was an eye-opener for those small boys and girls that they too could become governors, or they too could take power one day. And that to me is fundamental.
I still remember a video. I think BK posted it when he was in the farm, in his compound.
Exactly.
Also doing, one or
yes,
two.
it was part of the challenge.
But I just hope that other First Ladies in the state.
Yeah, so and I think the best example is that while she was First Lady, she had always been doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? So it's not a matter of, she's because she's the First Lady of Nigeria, and therefore that's why it's easier for her. And trust her, she's been pulling them together.
Absolutely.
She's very, very politically savvy. So she's not taking this for granted. She's not doing it on party lines.
Yeah.
And if you watch most of the messages from governors, they were very specific, especially the governor of Akwa Ibom. He had to mention that, thank you for being a mentor to my daughter.
Absolutely.
She wasn't just there. She didn't just pay the visit. She reached out to the lady, decided to mentor her, let her know that, hey, it's painful, but then you can still achieve the dream of your mom. So it's been a all-rounder.
So right here on this table, we wish the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, a happy birthday. All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. When the structures of society are disturbed by crime, it is the duty of the law to answer with clarity, fairness, and resolve. In Lagos State, the path towards accountability is on course as Shamsuddin Oladiti, a 55-year-old official of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, prepares to face trial. Known popularly as Shamelon, Oladiti is accused of murder and assault in 2 incidents on Lagos Island. The Lagos State Police Command confirmed that the suspect is being held at the State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, in Akpanti, Yaba, pending further investigation. Gentlemen, I saw this video and it was shameful, really shameful. But the question is, considering the status of this individual, the suspect, the NURTW was in the NURTW, and the NURTW as an association itself, what is the assurance that justice will be served and be seen to be served?
In these days of social media, it's very difficult to sweep something like this under the carpet. It's going to be extremely difficult, especially when it has to do with the fact that it happened on Lagos Island, where people just assume that certain people have immunity against prosecution, but I can tell you it's not. The area boy moniker that has now been bastardized was basically meant to identify people from certain areas, basically for their level of enjoyment and all that.
Okay.
Myself, I'm basically an Isalagogo boy or an Onola boy, area boy, if you want to use that language. But it doesn't mean that we have to become thugs or go around beating people up. That's not what it meant. The former governor Fashola is also an Isalagogo boy. I can name people who are area boys, who have done well for themselves. So these people give some of us a bad name. That because you are on the island, you are now free to do whatever you want. Because he knew that they were recording what he was doing, and he was so sure in his mind that nothing will happen. And he continued to beat up the fellow. A lot of people all over the world will have done, the first thing is to stay away from, because he realized that they have proof that what he's doing is bad. So to me, there is no way he's going to escape justice. There's nothing anybody can do, because it's not only basically a test of the police as an institution, it's also a test of our people as a people.
I mean, how would this case test the state's ability to hold powerful union figures accountable to the law?
Maybe the problem I have is the adjective you are using. Because when you already give them the word powerful, you know, you might even want to intimidate the state institution, the police, so to say. And that's what one of the things he said. It's about the test of the people. The people have a right, you understand, to even record such barbaric activities. It was quite shameful. You know, and it wasn't even looking like, maybe I need to watch that video again. It wasn't even looking like the people around him wanted to rescue the boy. They seem to have been so used to his excesses, so to say. And so I find that very disturbing, and that should not continue. The truth is, it will tell us more. Pardon me now, I can call you your boy. It will tell us that this is a common phenomenon. Yeah. And the most reason why this has to stop. So I want to encourage the police to look no side. Take the part of justice. Let people have a sense that this is a country that I belong to. You know, for example, we're discussing the issue of citizenship. These are the things that people want to look at. Yes, there's gangsterism in America, there's gangsterism in New York, in different parts, in ghettos and stuff like that. But then, such people should not walk our streets with so much audacity. People should be able to say, no, you're not bigger than the state. People should be able to say, hey, you've got to stop. And people who indulge in this kind of activity should also be stopped. Because I understand that NURTW is even a very disciplined organization.
Yeah, I saw
a very disciplined union. They have rules.
Mustafa Adekunle Sego. He said that they've distanced themselves from the matter.
And so it shouldn't just be a media stunt.
True.
I believe that. I believe that this case is even beyond the CP. You know, the police command as it is, or the police force, will take this matter. They are looking at this issue, and trust me, they don't overlook those things that come from social media. Now, the other side
of this story, let's look at dispatch riders. Most of the time, this dispatch riders, sometimes they face confrontations from powerful persons in the society. How do we protect them? I remember a case in Abuja where a particular lawmaker actually assaulted a dispatch rider. There was another case in Port
celebrated case.
Yeah, there was another case in Port
The fair lawmaker.
So the point is, what protection exists for dispatch riders? You know, being confronted by all these powerful persons.
Again, this emphasis on powerful. Why not use the word entitled?
Okay.
That would be because power is basically transcends. And you never really know those who are powerful until it is applied.
Okay.
These people are entitled. It's part of the problem we face as a nation. If you have crossed the border at any given time to the problem of Benue, realize that the level of protection given to what we call Okada riders are phenomenal. They have serious protection in some countries that surround us. In fact, they have their own lane.
This is a major form of transportation.
And the people they always respect. Even in the New York you mentioned, we have what they call the back riders, back messengers. People who move around the traffic, basically on bikes to deliver something.
So they have their own lane.
So they know what they do, and they are usually protected. Of course, once in a while, there will always be friction. You can't really escape. Two people will run into trouble. But my problem here is the fact that the laws must be obeyed, especially traffic laws.
Yes.
Somebody came in last week he has not been in Nigeria for 20 years. and he thought somebody was going to stop for him at zebra crossing.
I think we need to start obeying that.
And then he stood there, according to him, he stood there for almost 10 minutes waiting for them to just slow down. I said, you are not in Indiana. You are now in Nigeria. So you have
That
to
is not an
understand
excuse.
I'm just giving an example of why things like that should not occur. Because as a country,
Yes.
we are relatively lawless, if I can use that word. So that's why those who think they're entitled to oppress us get away with it. Because they assume nothing will happen. It's only in Nigeria. Like I said, that's why I give the example. In Cotonou, very near here.
Immediately you cross.
Those who are doing the bike business are protected. Of course, that's who have to obey the law.
Yes.
They have to wear the helmets. They have to carry only one person. But they will be protected. We have to start doing that for lower levels. I'm not really taking the sides of those people because you and I know the danger. What they call the
Korokpe.
what the nuisance they constitute on Lagos roads. Because they are so small and so tiny, they will just do whatever they think they can do to you. So that to me is what we need to do. I want this to be protected, but let's apply the law across the board.
Across.
Because once you start isolating people, they will think they are above the law. And we don't want to create another monster by protecting them now. And then 2-3 years, they become monsters that we can no longer control.
I mean, why should you even assault another person? All because you said I should use the word entitled.
See, I think the way it works is that you and I also have the tendency to be lawless. You and I have the tendency, I'm trying to remember this literature book. Is it Lord of the Flies? Yes, Lord of the Flies. Now, these small children were capable of doing strange things because nobody is monitoring them. So, like they say, where there is no law, there is no sin.
Exactly.
So, until the law is tested, until someone is shown that, hey, you're not bigger than the state. You saw what happened to Kwam One. You saw, these are things that we must let people know that irrespective of how connected or how, I don't want to use the word, how entitled you are, the law is bigger than you. It's a democracy. The rule of law is the king. And the rule of law is even more powerful than the president.
Now, the thing is, what is the assurance that the justice served will be implemented?
It's for us to see.
Because even if the court says, okay, go, and will it be implemented?
It will be implemented. It will be implemented.
Because it should serve as a data.
Especially, the job is even more with us, the media. We are like the watchdog of the society. We are the gatekeepers, and we are not overlooking this. And you know what? Our job has been extended to the social media. The social media have a way of, hey, journalists, if you cannot be here, we'll help you post it, and you will do a follow-up. Exactly. I remember the story of Stella Odua. You know, when we heard the story, some of us were looking for facts. But when one online news broke it, every major media pursued the story, and you know the end of that story. This is to let you know that a lot of things have changed. So for those people who believe they are larger than life,
citizen journalists.
So it's for them to realize that, hey, a lot of domestic violence now have been trapped.
Exactly.
Have been trapped.
Exactly.
Because somebody is somewhere recording some of those things you think.
All right,
you can always get
gentlemen,
away
I
with.
just hope that justice will be served. Dispatch riders will be protected. It's very, very important. And the law will,
take its
cut across board. Let's move straight to our next conversation. The state of insecurity in Nigeria's food basket, Benue, has become even more worrisome, with repeated attacks threatening the lives and property of residents. Over the weekend, bandits ambushed a police tactical team in the state, killing 3 officers, while 7 others are still missing. As part of its response operation, the Nigerian police force says 6 of the suspects have been arrested and detained. Meanwhile, residents of communities along the Makurdi-Lafia Road on Saturday took to the highway in protest over the killing of 5 people by suspected herdsmen. All right, 2 stories in one, but the first one, where our security agents lose their lives. But this ambush, what exactly led to the ambush, of the police tactical team? The thing is, was it an intelligence failure or an operational lapse?
So why the police continues to do is investigation. We don't want to jump the ball, but we can always say that this is more of they want to fight back. You remember that there's been some, some kind of arrest that have been made, especially after the president visited the place. Yes. You saw, pardon my language, you saw the miracles that are happening. You saw how people were being apprehended. You saw a lot of things just happening. Even when the president said, hey, Mr. IG,
why have them not been arrested?
Exactly, that word is very strong. And the IG understood that language. And you saw how he swung into action, and we saw all those people. And beyond that, I think the reality is the police cannot act alone in dealing with these terrorists.
Exactly.
They need that collaboration with the military. Military have also been taken down in the past. We are not saying that it cannot happen to the military, but they are more trained when it comes to this kind of guerrilla warfare and this kind of asymmetric warfare. So I just believe that there is need for police to re-strategize. They shouldn't back down. They shouldn't withdraw those tactical teams because, according to the IG, he's even deploying more men to get these people. The good thing, I'm sorry to use that word, the good thing is, from experience, you hardly kill a policeman and get away with it. I use the word good thing. Sometimes when I remember those days when robbery was not this high, when you go to a bank and you touch or you kill a policeman, trust me, those guys will be caught.
Fish you out.
So there is that esprit de corps that uniformed men do for one another. So in this case, we have seen arrest, and let's not just see arrest, let's see a complete wiping out of these terrible, dissidents in the area. So I just believe that it will turn out to be good, and the people of Benue will be better for it.
All right, gentlemen, we need to go on this quick break. But when we return, we'll be looking at, does this incident show the need for state policing and localized security structures? We'll get to talk more on that when we return from this break. Don't go away. Still Journalist Hangout.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, Guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer. Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land at Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where the carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Stay ahead with the biggest news stories. Go beyond the news headlines. Experience impactful investigations. Enjoy resourceful news coverage in real time. TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have GKB right here and Kaide Ladendi. So Kaide, GKB, before we went on that break, before we went on that break, we're still talking about the security issue in Makurdi. But does this incident
in
Benue, does this incident show the need for state police and a more localized security structure here?
I hate to sound like a broken record, but we've said this so many times. Nigeria is so big. I think about 999,000 or whatever square kilometers. That's how big we are. Almost 1,000 square kilometers. And Benue State alone is virtually bigger than some states. So, and they also share a border with Cameroon. So in their case, it's very important that there are local components in their security architecture. It's very, very, very important. Because not only is Benue one of the most fertile states in Nigeria, they can virtually feed the entire country.
True.
The danger here is that the state governments are not protecting its people from attacks when their lands have been taken. I always find it difficult when people tell me that people came on somebody's land and they refused to go. There are constitutional requirements that protect the governor from people taking land that does not belong to them. So when they say they've taken over this piece of land, I don't know what else to say. Because normally, Benue is so big, but it also needs our protection. Sure. If I have my way, which I don't, I'll declare a state of emergency in the middle belt. But if we have to take all the resources we have and take it to the middle belt, I'll do it. Because that's where our food generally comes from. And as a country, if you don't have food security, you have nothing. So the local content is not only already late, it's something that we have to work on. If Benue people can raise a militia or state police, or whatever name they want to call it, to protect themselves, I'm all for it. They are doing, what do you call it now? Constitutional reform today. Public hearing. Review, yeah. And I thought, why will we keep wasting time? This is something that some other states have done. I know I'm part of those who created, who recommended the creation of Amotekun. So sometimes you don't wait for the constitution to be changed to protect yourself. The governor and the people of Benue must come together and decide that enough is enough.
And also work with their neighboring states, like Nasarawa.
It's when you show the willpower to defend yourself. Other things will fall in place. Because the way it is going, you can't keep folding your hands and then saying, okay, federal government, they will do the best they can. But you do need to start looking for ways to protect yourself.
But looking at this, we talked about intelligence the other time, but do you think the police should consider maybe changing, you know, their patrol tactics, their intelligence gaps, so that
this is their tactical team. So that this is the best leg forward.
But this ambush must not happen again.
And maybe just a bit of background, you know, I recall that this was the major talking point about what is the state government doing in protecting their people, and we saw that the president visited there, gave them required support. Even the police was commending the governor for sustaining, you know, the police, you know, in fighting these dissidents, like I always like to call them. So for me, I think we've left that shore of what is expected of a state governor when they say you are the chief security officer, they say he's only on paper. And the federal government has now given them the required support. But what we need is, like you said, the immediate solution needs to be implemented. Let there be police stations in those areas, those volatile areas. Let there be army checkpoints. I mean, probably barracks, if it is possible. Before we go into state police, we know the procedure. It's going to take some time, you know, like you said. Everybody's waiting for this decision to be taken before they take it to different states. I don't think they've come to our states. I don't know.
All right, but the side
I think, they've been going to different regions.
Okay, but now the side B of this, the side B of this conversation is the Makurdi protest. where they actually blocked highway, protesting. But let's look at the specific demands of the protesters. What really are they demanding? Are they demanding justice or deployment of more officers?
They are demanding protection.
Or arrest, or what are they
protection.
demanding?
They want to
Protection
be protected.
first. They cannot be vulnerable.
Look, those who study the history of democracies, history of governance, will tell you that you give out some of your rights to a central body so they can protect you. Throughout history, even though the history of world cities, it's basically for you to be part of that society while they protect you.
That's true.
That's the essence of governance. It didn't start because somebody fell from heaven. It started because people came together. I'm from Ibadan, so I should know that when the Yoruba Wars broke out, everybody came together to create a mega city. Ibadan today is about 36 towns coming together, about 3,460 villages. That's why we have. The point I'm trying to make is that you have to protect yourself first. You don't put your protection in the hand of somebody else. Okay. Like the old saying, that is the day that the chicken decides, that the hunter decides to clear the farm himself, that the chicken will leave the farm. The moment he keeps saying, I'll call my friend tomorrow, you know he's not ready. I'll call my cousin the next day. He's not. The day he said, I will come tomorrow to clear my farm, is the day the chicken and his hens will leave.
That's true.
No, the way forward for the Benue people is very simple. You can protest all you want, but first you must try to protect yourself. And if the state government is not protecting you, go ahead and do more. And because there are people who say, okay, because you are part of what happened led to the formation of OPC, led to the formation. No. Nobody will fold his hand and allow himself to be killed. Exactly. You must find a way to protect yourself.
It's about life.
When you say protect yourself, are you saying that they should arm themselves? Is that what you're trying to say?
In most areas in the 2000s, the people start having what they call vigilantes.
Yes.
Where people in neighborhood will take turns during the night.
Yes.
Sometimes people put out what do you call it, tires. Just because you get to a point. In my area in Berkeley Estate, there was a time we have to lock a whole road permanently. Because we realized the fact that road is the exit point for these people. For almost 4 years, that road was locked. It's called Agbe Road. It was opened less than 10 years ago. Because
I want to believe Benga did not even forget the episode during the COVID, where streets were being attacked, all in the name of we're looking for food.
But this time, how should the authorities respond to this protest?
That's the idea. So the idea is let the trust be restored. Let
assurances?
Not just assurances, action. Get the people, prosecute them, jail them, and the ones that are killed, which is definitely a case of murder,
justice must be served.
Let the justice be served. Let people believe that the state is bigger than them. That's the message. You can't be bigger than the state, irrespective of whatever connection, irrespective of whatever favor you must have done in the past. As long as you are involved in killing people, you are involved in... there's no language we have not heard. We've heard of genocide. We've heard of massacre. We've heard of all kinds of attacks. And you're saying that people should not cry, that, hey, please protect us. And you know what that means? You're simply saying that whatever we do, don't blame us again. So it's a clarion call for the authorities to do the needful. And I believe they are listening. Now, it's just for us to see action.
In doing the needful, because our people cannot continue to die needlessly because of this crisis, what do you think the Benue State government should be doing differently to avert this crisis?
The Benue State government, at a point, had what they call the civilian JTF. Every peculiar situation requires peculiar solutions. There is no one shoe size fits all. It's not done anywhere in the world. You must look for solutions based on your peculiar cultural and regional needs. Like I said, if these places are too far-flung, the next thing to do is to make sure they are protected. But if you don't have the resources, bring them together. That's why they created a camp in what's the capital of Benue now? Maiduguri. And they call it super camp.
Okay, super camp.
Throughout history, that's what happens. You get to a point that you can no longer protect people in far-flung places. Then you have to bring them together in one place and protect them until the danger goes away. All these, I'm sure, is not new to those in government. I'm sure they've seen this before. But like I said, maybe because I'm embedded in the protection of the Southwest. So, and that's why I talk so much on authority. But I do know that there's nowhere in this country, no matter how big the land is, that you cannot protect your people.
That's true.
It's a matter of, because okay, they came on motorbikes, fine. They will leave tracks. The tracks will end somewhere. They will buy fuel. Where are they getting this fuel? They will have informers along the road. They are vulcanizers. There are mechanics. There are people they will need to service their
so the so-called ungoverned areas can be invaded.
I think this is where the DSS comes in. You know, to
all these. I'm not saying it's going to be overnight, but if you create trust between the state and the people and
the,
they will give the information required. But you don't give information on Monday, and then the man is arrested on Tuesday, and they came out on Wednesday to tell you that you reported me. I'm going to show you the difference between Pepe and Pepe.
But do you still think, for the people to come out to pray, do you think they still have confidence in the ability of the security agents to still protect them?
We are not in their shoes, so I can only imagine I can only imagine how frustrated they will also feel that I thought we protested some weeks ago.
Exactly.
Why do we have this kind of attack? It's just to say that every life counts, every life matters, and it's just for us to also hasten up the state police, because that seems like the
immediate solution.
Now it's looking like immediate solution, but whatever immediate solution with the current security architecture we have must be fully utilized. Benue deserves to have peace. Our agriculture is getting back on its feet. Things are taking shape. Inflation is dropping. The recent release. These are all indicators that things can get better. So this enemy of the states, or enemies of the states now, so to say, they want to bring back fear to these farmers and all these people. And you know what Benue can do. You know what Benue is doing. You saw the documentary BKO did. So we can only do everything possible to protect Benue. So
now, finally, final take. Talking about doing something differently, Benue has an anti-open grazing law. Do you think it should be strengthened or perhaps modified? In doing something different to protect the people.
If we are sure, we are certain, we have proof that these things were done by a particular group, go after that particular group. It's not rocket science. Don't just allege and then sit there and say, no. That's the point I was trying to make. There was a time that Lagos was being attacked from the rivers, from the riverine area, by boats. We know exactly what was happening, and we know exactly what to do. We did not sit down and say, okay, because we are not water-going people, we just allow them to come in. No, you must identify those who are doing this, and you must make examples of them. If they are coming to the states regularly, why? You must do the SWOT analysis. I'm not saying this because they are not doing their best. Don't get me wrong. Because I know how big Benue is, and I know they also have an international border, which to me compounds the matter.
It leads to Cameroon.
It leads to Cameroon.
All right,
so that to me is the key.
All right, gentlemen. Let's move straight to our final conversation. I just hope they do, protect the people. All right, to our final conversation. For a new coalition, having internal wrangling and discontent over leadership can hinder the growth of the party. This is the dilemma facing the African Democratic Congress, where a faction has faulted what it referred to as the hasty recognition of former Senate President David Mark as the party's new leader by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The Honorable Nafiu Bala Gombe-led faction insists that due process was not followed in its emergence and has vowed to challenge INEC's recognition in court. Okay, another court case. But they've accused INEC that INEC is not neutral, INEC is partial. Why would they just recognize David Mark faction, knowing that the case was still in court? But talk to me. What exactly is ADC's grievance, the ADC's faction's grievance, with INEC regarding David Mark's recognition?
Well, for a while, they were on top because they own the structures of the party. So they thought they are in the driving seats. And they can do whatever. But with the recognition of INEC, puts them out of the loop. And nobody likes that. So the only thing they can do right now is go to court. Personally, as a political analyst, I will tell the David Mark people not to sit pretty. Because the danger of usurping or taking over parties is that it's not over until it's over. Personally, I would have wished that they start their own party afresh. But since they were so keen on taking on another
existing party,
they should expect things like this. And I think it's going to go as far as Supreme Court. And I have a feeling that we are going to be in court for a long time.
On this matter.
And they not even end it until maybe a day or two before the presidential elections in 2027. Because obviously these people are not going to go silently into the night. Okay. They are going to continue fighting. And I'm sure if they don't have the resources, there are interested parties who are willing to fund this battle until the last day. So I'm sure the David Mark team they are aware of this. They've been in this game for a long time. And I'm sure they are prepared one way or the other.
I mean, but the thing is, was INEC formally notified of the pending court case before recognizing David Mark?
I think for me, I think the faction should just focus on the courts that they want to focus on. INEC needs to conduct election. INEC needs to identify, needs to take a decision. You understand? Because the case is in court, shouldn't stop INEC from operating as an umpire. You know, for example, now, you might not like this example, Nigeria is waiting for South Africa's points to be deducted, but it didn't stop us from going to South Africa to play. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So the point is still there, but we know the points will be deducted anyway.
We pray.
But whether we will not qualify is another question. So, but for me, I feel that ADC faction should channel their resources, their whatever fact they have, to the court of law. However, as a political journalist that I am, I know that ADC should expect, the David Mark team should expect more fireworks. The fact that, that's my view, that that party was fraudulently, hijacked. You know, the way they went about it wasn't tidy. And so, except they are able to get everybody on board, which is not possible. It's absolutely not possible.
Anything is possible in politics, though.
No, for them to bring everybody in ADC, it's not possible. You know why it's not possible? There are other parties who will fund those, that faction.
They agree.
Do you understand? To say that we'll rather scatter it. It's part of the game. That's what I mean by it's not possible. But majorly, whether... And can I ask you a question? I know you are the one asking questions.
Yeah, you get to ask me. You get to ask me that question, right?
Is Atiku a member of ADC?
Well, you get to ask me that question right after this break. Don't go away. Still Journalist Hangout.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer, abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer. Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
cable. Great quality, now with the new look.
All right, still journalist Hangout. We're still talking about the situation in the ADC. I mean, the faction described.
You know, okay, you can make it a rhetorical question. What I meant by that is, I see a politician who probably is not so sure of the future of ADC because he knows the people he's dealing with, that these are smart dudes. These are, if not smarter politicians than him. You know, so you have resigned from PDP. Tell us that you have registered. Maybe I missed that story.
No, but if there are still pending court cases, why should INEC go ahead to update its server and recognize David Mark?
No. It's for INEC to switch immediately. The court decides. If the court says that,
because they're saying that why didn't the court should have, the INEC should have waited
INEC is not only addressing ADC issue. There are plethora of issues that INEC. So INEC will now wait. What is the court saying? INEC is working on the paper. Let there be a judgment and serve INEC. INEC will obey.
I mean, but does this faction, the ADC faction, think that INEC is being influenced politically or misinterpreting the law here?
Even the David Mark faction is saying the same thing. The INEC is being influenced.
You remember, INEC was also accused.
So being accused by people outside INEC is really a normal day in church for INEC. Not really a big
I mean,
so because the Nigerian politician has only one mindset. If he's not winning, then the thing is rigged.
Exactly.
The only time is free and fair is when
he favors them.
So that is part and parcel of our politics. So we know.
I think it's even a human problem. Just like, sorry, I'm mentioning football again. Just like when Nigeria scored in South Africa, they said it was a handball. Okay. The referee should still reverse the decision. So when things does not go your way, you just believe there's, pardon the street language, ojoro. So please, let INEC be. Direct your energy.
But they are saying that INEC is not neutral.
They are saying it does not mean they are right.
They're saying that INEC should be neutral.
Don't forget that Labour Party till tomorrow still have factions. And
INEC has recognized the Nenadi Usman.
And for a long time, INEC recognized Abure.
So you understand? So this is a game we as spectators must learn to enjoy. And not get too much.
Objective.
Don't let's invest too much emotions into it. This is what Yorubas will call, I don't know the Oyibo for it, ele. When you are eating moi, the spare one at the bottom.
Okay.
That's where we are now. We've not touched the main meal.
The main meal.
The main meal will start next year. Because what people are doing now in ADC is trying to make sure that they qualify for the 2-year window. That you must be a member of a party for X number of period for you to contest. That's what they were looking for now. They are so sure but that's why this is very important as a fallback position. Because once if they can take back PDP, they will rush back in a jiffy. So they've never given up on PDP as a platform. That's why they are fighting the decision that was taken to zone it to the south. That's why they are doing whatever they can. But you and I know that knowing the way Nigerians think and the permutations going forward, all things being equal, the next president in 2027 will be from the south. The danger there now is that people are trying to negotiate using 2027 as a tool towards 2030. So you have to understand the game to know that you don't have to knock your head against the wall. There's no rocket science. A lot of people making noise are basically ensuring what is what we call strategic positioning. What you're about to call carry me.
Before somebody will ask you, when did you start? So you can tell them you started 6 years ago.
So it's on record that I've been doing this now. So that's why when somebody speaks and they change their story from day to day, people said, this man, I said, no, the man is consistent. Because every day there's a new crowd, a new target audience that they are talking to. You think they are talking to you? To talk to you is still next year. They are talking to their own base. Okay, we've lost the South.
Yes.
Who else can we blame for it? Okay, let's blame this. He escapes. We'll blame another one.
But kind of on a final note, okay. But I think there should be a clear policy or a guideline by INEC for handling.
That's for the courts.
Handling recognition of party leadership, you know, that are going through internal disputes.
Like I said, you're a journalist, so you want to dig deeper. Bottom line is, let the court resolve the issue. INEC cannot dabble in much into that, because if the owner of the party, the man who founded the party, that's
I remember the Supreme Court judgment.
You remember Rafa Mosu says that the party has been taken over by these people. I'm trying to make reasons for INEC. And whatever parameters they use in saying, okay, because that's what Abdullahi also told us when he came, the publicity secretary, that the process is on, that very soon the website will be updated. They are in touch. And the possibility must have followed the process. But don't let me preempt the court. Let them go to court. Let the court decide whether they are legal or not. But like I said, as Atiku joined ADCC.
Okay. I guess the former vice president will get to answer that, you know, for you. But GKB, thank you so much for doing this with us. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And also with the new look. Thank you so much.
No, this is the coronation look.
The coronation look, yes.
The coronation look.
We look forward to that. Kaidi, thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank you so much. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.
Rome Business School Nigeria is a managerial institute of excellence with the best European standard, with a mission to bridge the gap between academic world and the job market by offering advanced business education courses intended to assist professionals, entrepreneurs, and mid to senior level managers launch their careers and expose them to cutting-edge skills, knowledge needed to thrive in a global business environment. We offer master's and doctorate programs, and our courses ranges from MBA, HR, marketing, data science, agribusiness, project management, and more. All our programs are accredited and ranked high by top-ranking institutions globally. You can take any of our courses online and on campus, making it easy for you to juggle learning with your job. Don't put your professional development on hold. Your future awaits. Build it with us. To get started, visit us at www.romebusinessschool.ng. Write us info@romebusinessschool.ng or call 09067556524. Rome Business School. Better managers for better world.
Fellow Nigerians, I'm Larry Saunilu, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency. Our relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, you cannot see the light if you keep your eyes closed. Great things are happening to many Nigerians. Our country is a land of opportunities for those who are positive. At the National Orientation Agency, we are committed to highlighting the many uplifting stories under the Renewed Hope agenda. We invite you to listen to the testimonies of fellow Nigerians who are experiencing the positive impact of government initiatives and Nigerian environment. Nigeria is thriving for millions in extraordinary ways, but it requires a mindset of optimism and a heartfelt love for our country to truly appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty. Embrace positivity and be a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Medina DJ Isa. I am the head of administration, Al-Ansar Center for Comprehensive Education. We have enjoyed the NITSDA initiative program on that is the e-learning setup, and we have been quite grateful for that. So for the past years, the e-learning center has helped us with progressing into the digital system and world. We were able to inculcate digital learning into everyday teaching and learning activities in classroom and even beyond. As the head of administration at ACC Abuja, the e-learning center has helped in numerous ways in helping us streamline our administrative activities. I mean, we could be able to track staff attendance, staff punctuality, student presence, and even parents' engagement with the school digitally. So it's been a wonderful initiative coming from NITSDA, and we were able to inculcate all these tools in our everyday school processing for both students and staff. So activity has gone beyond physical sitting in the office now. We can be able to track processes and procedures online, and we are grateful for this initiative. It has made it easier and possible for us to do all of this. I mean, teachers' performance is also tracked using all these tools. Quite a number of youths out there are not understanding or are not believing in the government or in the Nigeria as a system or the Nigeria as a government. At ACCE, we are a living witness to the parts where our country, Nigeria, has delivered. We have enjoyed and benefited from this initiative, and we have nothing to say but thank you. At least this is just the beginning. And if we all do our own part in this system, we could push each other as a government and as a people. So we need to start from somewhere. The youths, let's come out en masse and apply and engage and confront and talk to the government. Where can the government come in what perspective, in what ways? We should take the initiative and take the bold step into asking and confronting the government as to what we need as a youth and what we need to push ourselves and the country forward. If we are talking digital, this is the first step. So thank you very much to NITSDA, and thank you very much to Nigeria.
Powered by National Orientation Agency.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thank you for joining us on the program, everyone. Our attention is turned to Rivers State today, where Governor Fubara has described the emergency rule period as enormously challenging, but also insisted that no sacrifice was too great to secure peace. He expressed what he called his utmost loyalty and eternal gratitude to the president, reassuring Rivers people that nothing has been irretrievably lost. He also promised to resume governance by completing ongoing projects. His return to office now after a peace deal brokered by the president himself with key political actors, including former Governor and FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, as well as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, agreeing to